Hello everyone and welcome to Farther Than the Blue Sky. This is a new MangaGamer game available on their website. It's $45, I believe, or $44.95. It has a 10% discount right now for the launch week to celebrate. So it's like a little over $40, so not too bad. This game was provided to me by them, so thanks for that. This is a game by the developers who made If You Love Me Then Say So. So yeah, let's get right into it, shall we? The game about... Oh, we'll just hang on. Oh no. Look, that's a little rocket ship. Basically what this game is about, it's about a bunch of girls who study rockets. You ever seen the movie October Sky? This is like that, but if everyone was a woman and there was sex involved. But there's adult content in this game, just so you know. There probably won't be any adult content in the video, but just giving you a heads up. And I will no longer be linking MangaGamer's website because it'll go right to the adult content. I don't want to do that. So just know you can get it off there if you want to buy it. I hung countless paper dolls in my room, and when I finished, I put more throughout the rest of the house. The weather forecast predicted a 10% chance of rain. Still, I looked up to the sky, praying for a clear, sunny day. The stars shone down on me. The night was so clear I was convinced it wouldn't rain the next day. But I couldn't be totally sure. Even strong wind or storm clouds in a 10-kilometer radius from the launch would have forced us to abort it. My name is Hayabusa Otoya. Together with my 4 friends, I made the last hectic preparations for our big moment. And then... 12 hours until launch. E minus. Oh no. That's good. I don't know if that hat is like uniform, like, you know, to code. As a result of clearing the weather stage, the large liquid fuel rocket Byakko 3 Type 1 was transported from the assembly building to the launch pad. The Byakko 3 rocket was already upright on its mobile launch platform and needed 30 minutes to cover the roughly 500 meters to the launch pad. Got a little paw print on it, ain't that cute? 11 hours and 29 minutes until launch. Ten and a half hours until launch. Oh boy. Byakko 3ロケット初号機、ペイロード、射程設備、追跡管制網の各経緯、作業状況確認開始、気象状況再確認して。了解だよ。6 hours and 16 minutes. 追跡管制網、作業状況良好、気象状況オールグリーン。All green. The artificial satellites Shooting Star and Restraint are both fully functional. 初号機大丈夫だよ。車上設備準備万端です。全部 OK ね。第2回 GO NO GO 判断 GO。ターミナルカウントダウン開始。Putting in a 400-meter no entry zone around launch pad 1. 400-meter no entry zone was declared around launch pad 1. 4 hours and 51 minutes. Putting in a 300-meter no-entry zone around launch pad 1. The highway was blocked off in a 3,000? Wait, is this supposed to be 3,000 or 300? Well, whatever. No entry zone was declared around launch pad 1. 4 hours and 23 minutes. 4 hours and 1 minute. until launch. We launched the guidance and control program and checked whether everything that would determine the rocket's posture in flight worked correctly. 3 hours and 7 minutes. Oh boy, it's coming up fast. The liquid fuel rocket engine was filled. 1 hour and 54 minutes until launch. The Go command also marked the beginning of the final 60-minute countdown until launch. In real time. The numbers after the X still showed quite a bit of time. 20 minutes? Is this a manned flight? But for a much longer time, we had all been waiting for this moment. 480 seconds until... My god. 8 minutes away. 280 seconds. Arisa pushed the warning button 10 seconds before the automatic countdown was set to begin. 20 seconds? Oh my god, it's here. 3 We'd started making this rocket alone. We hadn't the budget, the equipment, or the knowledge. A lot of people told us it would be impossible, but we hadn't given up. We'd set our eyes upon the cosmos, upon 100 oh my gosh, let me talk. You know what? I'll just let it do its thing. Text was running really fast. They built that rocket alone? How? There probably aren't many people who have to waste their precious spring holidays on supplementary lessons and makeup exams. Whoops. My friends all laughed at me and called me the king of idiots. When I flunked the same exam 20 times? Oh god. Even Mr. Toda, famous for his zeal and motivation, patted me on the shoulder and said, "Maybe you just aren't cut out for this. Maybe you should repeat the year." That was how I became something of a dragon slayer to the other teachers, having conquered the indomitable Mr. Toda. But I never gave up. I mean, I took the exam 20 times. People would be demotivated after a couple of times. On my desire to enjoy my spring holidays as much as possible. Looks like a prison cell. I pressed my ear to the door of my room and listened for any sounds in the hallway. What is that wallpaper? That is awful. I couldn't hear anything. It's just like the wall. I looked through at the crack under the door. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary. My time had come. I moved almost immediately and with swift and quiet movements turned the doorknob. I tiptoed down the hallway, making hardly any sound until the floor creaked under my third step. No. I stood frozen and tense, rooted to the spot. It seemed that nobody heard me. I began to walk once more. I breathed out with relief once I reached the living room. I had almost reached my goal. I left the lights off as I made my way to the front door. Ah! I slowly turned toward the voice behind me. My dear sister Yui looked at me with the smug satisfaction of a jailer capturing an escaping convict. Don't jump to conclusions. I was just going to get some water, is all. Well, yeah, I have to bring the fish along with me. It'll get lonely. I stared resentfully at the tip of the fishing rod I was carrying. Listen, Yui. Let me tell you something about studying, alright? You don't study the day before the exams, you study a little every day. You don't cram it all in at the end, that's a horrible way to retain knowledge. I'm sorry, not everyone can be a genius like you, Yui. Guess that's true. Such a frank display of disregard for her brother, I can't believe it. Oh well, I decided to try to dispel her fears. You look pretty worried to me, but don't worry! I've already spent 20 hours studying for the test tomorrow. Yep, 20 hours. Excellent. Of course I did. You know, I don't want to repeat the year. Yep, my back was against the wall here. Of course, and the questions are going to be the same on the makeup test, so there's no way I'll flunk again after so much studying. Yeah, you think like if the questions are the same, assuming you take the same test over and over, you think eventually your brain would just memorize the answers. Like if it's like multiple choice or something. No sweat. See you later, alright? What an idiot. I walked towards the front door with light steps. Yui followed me to it, perhaps to see me off. Think about it. The test has the same questions each time, right? Right. So I took the exam 20 times, and each time it lasted an hour. You see where I'm going with it? You see where I'm going with this, right? So I've already spent 20 hours studying with the makeup exam I'm taking tomorrow. Isn't that cool? I looked at her excitedly. Huh? Great, a sisterly death threat. Only one way out of this. Time to use my ace in the hole. I didn't want to use it, but I'm afraid I have no choice. Yui, do you remember how Mom left each of us a letter when she died? She told me to live freely and be true to myself. She also told me that I don't have to study if I don't want to. She said there are more important things than that. I read that and thought I should find something only I can do, instead of continuing to study. And you'd agree that no matter how much I study, I'll never be a doctor or a lawyer, right? You know, you just have to kind of come with terms of your capabilities in life. Being a teacher or an engineer is also totally unrealistic. Even a cashier at the supermarket isn't likely. Come on, just give me hope on the last one! Anyway, the apology hurt me more than being made fun of. Right now, I have this feeling that I just have to go. Where, you say? Well, to find something more important than studying, of course. To live life to the fullest. I gripped the fishing rod tighter and tried to flamboyantly exit the living room all dramatically. Yui held me back by the neckline. I found it hard to breathe. I guess I couldn't entirely trick you. What? It does not say that. I want to see that letter. Seriously? Oh, is my idiocy so manifest as to make it into her last request? The shock made me concoct a sonnet. Oh, and I didn't know it. How evil of you to use our dead mother's words against me. God damn it. Guess I have to study if you use Mom like that. Fair enough, fine, I'll do it. What? It was just us? We live here? No one else? That's very typical Japanese anime visual novel stuff, though, I guess. Fine, fine, I'll go grab a coffee and get cracking. Where's our dad at? I tried to leave the living room, still grumbling under my breath. We never have a father. Ah! You held me back by the neckline. I found it hard to breathe. Again. I guess I couldn't entirely trick you. I had only one path left open to me. I lowered my posture. Yui's always been very perceptive and realized what I was about to do. Make a run for it. Oh, hell I will! Sorry, not up for discussion. Yui's honest appeals cannot faze my elaborate escape plan. I was going to shut my ears, ignore her, and dash away. Yes, swift like Achilles. Don't hit my heel on the way out. We do have a dad. I froze. Mere moments before I would have beelined for the door. He is? When? My dad scared me more than anything else in the world. He was old-fashioned and strict. And if we so much as talked back to him, he would punch us. Wow. Okay, that last bit wasn't actually true. But he was still pretty scary. Hold up. I've actually thought it over, Yui, and there's no way Dad's coming home soon. We're almost at the end of the best fishing season. He won't be able to sail out in April. He's way too diligent to abandon his boat now. He's probably not even setting foot on land anytime soon. Which means you're probably just lying about him to make me go study, right? He's totally gonna be behind us. I'm guessing I was spot on. Besides, he'd definitely contact both of us before coming home, but I have no text from him on my phone. No way that stupidly diligent man would forget to text me. In light of the aforementioned, I'm sure you're lying. Oh, look at, man, I have a lot of... First all ingested. I felt like a detective who had rooted out a long-sought criminal and pointed my index finger at Yui. You know, I knew playing all those Phoenix Wright games would pay off one of these days. Haha, nice try. You want me to stir the hornet's nest, huh? Yui, don't be a sore and hateful loser. Besides, even with our stupid dad around, I wouldn't want to study. Nope, I'm just getting started. I still have loads to say. Why does that little idiot keep rambling to me about becoming a fisherman again and again? He can't be the chief of the Fishery Association or the king of Fantasyland. We ain't living in an age where he can decide my future anymore. Quit acting like that. That's a really good impression, by the way. Anything else? Well, yeah, he's too stubborn. Like, when he wanted us to move closer to the harbor? Like, what? Yeah, well, it'd take us more than 2 hours to get to school from there. Fuck that. Right, he thinks he can decide everything just because he's shelling out. And I really hate how he always thinks he's right. I see. Is that all you have to say, Yui? I'm pretty sure you weren't happy with that dumbass either. Father. Oh, Father, it's great to have you back. My mind and attitude wheeled around at life-threatening speed. Have I ever told you I love you? Mom's the only reason her stone-faced father ever uttered the words family talk. But with her death, family talk would just be more like a show trial. The only people in the courtroom were the prosecutor and the defendant. Of course, the defendant accused of various crimes against justice was always me. I want to postpone my appearance in court by any means. That sounds great, but I have an exam tomorrow. If I fail it, I have to repeat the year. I should probably really go study. Weighing the trial against letting me study, Dad was hard-pressed for a decision. Right, talk to you later. I was about to turn around and head back to my room when I saw Yui smiling broadly. Did she... That's a lie. Yui spoke under her breath so he wouldn't hear. I'll remember this. I also spoke quietly. I lost. Damn it. Having to study during the spring holidays is so sad. I've done nothing but go to supplementary lessons and take makeup test after makeup test this entire holiday. Can't I not study at least today? Man, I have a policy to only study for exams during exams, you know. Shut up. Alright, time to study. I begin strip? What does that mean? Whatever. Close enough. I still have a lot of time to study English anyway. Oh, it was English. Math, not English. Well, it doesn't hurt to practice it every now and again. I went back to my prison cell / room. You know, he was probably telling me something just as I left, but wasn't important. She had convincingly won the argument, and I was sure she expected me to study quietly for the rest of the night. The fool! As like I'd study even if I had to repeat a year. I locked the door. Time to play visual novels. Then I took out the sandals I had under my bed. I opened my window as quietly as possible. We have a window. And edged myself out of it. I made sure to close the window behind me. When I was in the garden, I took the cooler for fish that I'd hidden there. Man, we're so smart. As I stretched myself out, I could feel the warm night wind on my skin. It was still March, but Amanoshima was far in the south of Japan, and it was already warm enough to count as the beginning of summer. In winter, only February got really cold, and most of the year was like summer on the mainland. Well, I grew up on the island, so it's not like I know much about the mainland. I reached the rocks by the ocean after a walk of about 20 minutes. The footing was good, the wind was pleasant, and there were a lot of fish there. It was my favorite fishing spot. Since the topography leading to it was rather complex, it was rare to meet other people there too. However, when I got there, someone had arrived before me. It's a girl. She wore hair in a ponytail. She looked about the same age as I was, which was extremely unusual for an angler. There had only been a single girl in my middle school fishing club. Much more interesting to me was the fishing rod at her feet. I'd never seen something like it before. How did I catch fish anyway? It seemed pretty small, even for a collapsed telescopic rod. And the line seemed really strangely thick. I couldn't see the float of the reel. I was very curious and moved over to get a better look at it. Our eyes met. Good evening. How do you like it here? I decided to make some light conversation, typical for anglers first. I was about 50-50 on whether I'd be able to get a conversation going with her. Great spot, right? She seemed to have no problem with me striking up a conversation. Oh, that was good. You know, you have a funky fishing rod there. That's a fishing rod, right? What'd you say? Oh. Stopping yourself mid-sentence is pretty fishy. That just made me more curious. What exactly? Oh, don't worry, I'd never get angry at some stupid words. You won't know if I get angry without saying it. Okay. Then I'll get angry at you for not telling me. Are you okay with that?
なんかだんだん言ってもいいような気になってきたわ。あんたやっぱりバカでしょ。
Why, you...
ほら、怒った。
How'd you know? That's a cute laugh.
なんなのあんた。力抜けるわ。
I get told I'm an idiot a lot. It's nothing new.
そう？ところでこれ、本当にわからないわけ？近くで見てみたら？
Now, taking a close look isn't gonna help. It just looks like a weird fishing rod.
ロケットよ。
A rocket. Really doesn't look like a racket to me.
どういう耳よ？ロケット。
I'm not really into gears and chains.
それはパケットね。遠くなってるわ。ロケット。
The guy born in Ottawa, Canada, who...
エドワード・ブランケット・テイラー。あんたわざ
What
と
the
や
hell
っ
is
てるでしょ。
that? Can I click on this?
合ってないじゃない。
I can click on
そうな
these.
ら私が教えてあげるのに。
Canadian business tycoon. His horse breeding operation produced Northern Dancer, a world-famous thoroughbred. He was born in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Died on May 14, 1989, on New Providence in the Bahamas. That's why I never heard of him. He was dead before... Well, not before I was born, but when I was 2 years old. And he was 88 years old, so he was already really old. Whoa. Whoa, there's a lot of these. Oh man, this is a big game. Oh, she's good. Sorry, back when she was around, my mom once told me that the best strategy to break the ice is acting like a moron.
二重の意味で親の顔が見たいわね。
You don't believe me? Well, I'd say I'd make a great voice of reason, to be honest.
その発言がすでにボケまっしぐらだわ。
Do something stupid and I'll show you.
気が向いたらね。
Are you scared?
そんな気分じゃないだけよ。
Alright. I felt like nothing particularly good had come from acting even more stupid than I was. Alright. But aren't rockets normally, like, way bigger?
そうね。もともとオタワの裕福な家に生まれて、モントリオールのマッキル大学工学部を卒業したわ。それから、
I'm not talking about E.P. Taylor
な
anymore.
かなか基本に忠実なツッコミだわ。
What does that even mean? Right? Oh wow, she actually followed my lead.
ボケ役もできるところを見ると、あんたが島であの両党使いの異名を持つオタワ生まれの？
Yep, call me Edward, and stupidity and common sense isn't the only area where I swing both ways.
やだ、なんか気持ち悪い人がいる。
Oh, come on, that was a joke.
エドワード、
Who's Edward?
エドワードの言うこと、なんとなくわかったかも。
I don't know what you mean, Melissa.
初対面の人間と打ち解けるには、ボケてみるのが一番だってことよ。
Oh, that. Well, it works, don't you think?
でも、相手によっては逆効果よね。
Damn right it does. I've gotten some really weird looks.
ちゃんと相手を見て自重しないからよ。
My motto is better to regret the things you've done than the things you've not done.
それはなかなかいい心がけね。やろうとしていることはただのバカでしかない。
Pretty good mantra, I think. She really doesn't mince words. In fact, isn't she even being harsher now?
ところでエドワード、
What is it, Melissa?
あんたって本土の内陸の方から来た？
Nope, born and raised on Amanoshima. I can't spell where I was born. Through and through.
嘘。
Can't spell? I can't say.
私の育ちで ETP も知ら
Oh
な
my
いなんて
gosh.
普通ありえないわよ。
ETPR? What's ETPR? We're gonna find out right now.
わからないなら
Engineering
私
Test
が教え
Pencil
てあげ
Rocket.
るのに。
Educational rocket. Designed to teach initiative skills and knowledge to make larger rockets. Alright. Fair enough.
あんたが釣り竿と間違えたこれよ。簡単に言えば試作用の超小型ロケットね。
This is really a rocket? Does this fly to space?
バカね。行くわけないじゃない。
Aw.
これなんか100メートルも飛ばないわよ。
I see. Well, I guess the small ones can't fly all that far.
まあ、小さいから高く飛ばないって言うと ちょっと語弊があるんだけど。
But this one can't go to space, right?
それはそうなんだけど、なんて言ったらいいかしら。
The gesture was very cute as she considered her answer.
ETP は違うけど、このサイズで宇宙まで飛ぶロケット
Really?
ちゃんとあるわ。
I had no idea.
観測ペンシルロケットって聞いたことないかしら。
Nope. I guess those are just bigger
わからないなら私が教えてあげるのに。
observation data. Okay, so cutting edge propellant, so it goes higher. Fair enough. Nope, never heard of it.
すっごく簡単に言うと、アクシプっていう団体が開発した超小型ロケットね。
AXIP.
すごいのよ。わからないなら
Aerospace Exploration Island Project. Okay, that's all we need to know. It really, really tells us up what it is.
これと同じぐらい小さいのに高度100キロ。つまり宇宙まで飛ぶのよ。
No, she's like really hyped up about this stuff. That's pretty cool though. Rockets are really cool stuff. You guys ever see the movie October Sky? I know I mentioned it, but it's a really good movie. Basically about a bunch of kids who study rockets, basically because they live in like a backwater, like West Virginia coal mining town where there's like no prospect because of them being a coal miner. So it's like they want something better for themselves. And the guy is based on a true story. And the main guy, the protagonist, he actually goes on to work at NASA. It's pretty crazy. I have no idea if that's great or not. I think it was Homer Hickam, I think, if I remember correctly. It's a really good movie if you guys ever get a chance to watch it. What the hell is a propellant?
だって私たちが宇宙までロケットを打ち上げようと思ったらビルみたいな高さのロケットを作らなきゃいけないわ。それをプロの技術者はこんなに小さなロケットでやるのよ。ほんと信じられない。っていうかもうほとんど頭がおかしいわ。
You looked really excited. I had the feeling she really liked rockets. What's the point then?
何が？
I mean, you can only make large rockets go to space, right? So why is the ETPR so small?
なんで？
Yeah, I mean, why?
だってそもそも ETP ってそういうものじゃない。
Now, you see, I know nothing about rockets.
そうね。
We did the same gesture she'd done earlier, perhaps subconsciously. It'd be something she did while thinking.
いきなり大きいロケットなんて作るの大変だと思わない？
I guess. Some are as large as buildings and stuff.
うん。しかもロケットって使い捨てだから打ち上げるたびに作り直すのよ。
Really? You have to make something as big as a building from scratch every time?
もちろん1回で成功するとは限らないからうまくいくまで何度でも作り直すことになるわ。そんなんじゃ時間もお金も死ぬほどかかっちゃうでしょ。
So why make a small one?
ETP でちゃんと打ち上げが成功したら同じやり方で部品を大きくすれば大型ロケットが完成するわ。そしたら高度も100メートルから100キロまで伸ばせるってことよ。
I completely understand.
分かってないわね。
Yep, I didn't. I'm no good at using my brain.
そう、まあいいわ。じゃあ打ち上げでも見てく？ ETP でも結構見応えあるわよ。
You can launch it from here?
当然そのために来たんだから。ちょっとそのあたりに下がっててくれる？
Yeah. Think about it. If we listen to our dumb little sister, we'd completely miss all this. Okay. Who needs to study when you got stuff like this? I've been looking at the ETPR a lot, but I finally noticed the laptop running next to her. She looked at the screen and began hitting keys. She had a large number of windows open on the screen and switched between them very quickly. She looks really cute in that dress. Don't launch it over the ocean, okay? The rocket was aimed away from the ocean and towards the sky above the beach.
ロケットがもう少し大きかったら海に向けるけどね。でもそうしたら回収できないし。
Yeah, you won't find it in the water.
まあこれは浮くように作ってあるからまだマシだけど、どのみち回収は無理ね。
Why?
私泳げないもの。
We can swim. We better be able to swim. Come on, man. At least let us be able to do this. What?
だから泳げないのよ。
You what?
邪魔だから黙ってもらっていい？
Sorry. You look serious. Alright. I took a few steps back and shut up. She stared at the screen of her laptop again and looked over at the displayed numbers.
気象状況良好。電波系統点検終了。姿勢制御系フライトスルーテスト終了。ロケット発射台角度調整終了。フライトシミュレーション結果良好。
The music starting. Is this good?
最終号濃合判断 GO。 自動カウントダウンシーケンス開始。
10、9、
駆動用電池起動。
7、6、5、
全システム準備完了。
3、
行くわよ。ロケットモーター点火。
0。
Here it goes. Whoa! I realized all the hairs on my body were standing up. Whoa, look how high it goes. The rocket shot up into the sky in the blink of an eye, and I was so stunned I could only look into the night and say, "Holy shit!" I was seriously impressed.
言ったでしょ？結構見応え
That was actually pretty dope. I didn't know launching a rocket would be so awesome.
あんた、本当に島の人間？ここにいたらロケットの打ち上げなんて嫌でも目に入るでしょ？
Well, my dad's the chief of the fishery association.
そういうこと。
I could tell she understood the gist of it just from that. The Amanoshima Fishery Association doesn't like rocket launches at all. The rocket we just launched wasn't a problem, but larger rocket launches meant a fishing ban on the day of the launch. It wasn't surprising at all that the child of the fishery chief would grow up having these little to no contact with rockets. You know, whenever I said I wanted to go look at rockets, Dad just gave me the stink eye. He drilled it into me to look away and at the ground whenever there was a rocket launch anywhere in sight.
3ね。
Well, it's not like it was all bad for me or anything, but it would have been nice to see something so cool a little sooner, you know?
いいじゃない。これからいくらだって見られるわ。なんだったら、
What is it?
ちょっと予定地点からずれただけ。それに上空の風が思ったより強いみたい。流されてるわ。
I looked up and saw a little parachute with the ETPR under it being blown toward the ocean. Wow, the wind is pretty unsteady over here.
でもギリギリ岩場に落ちそうね。
Now, the wind is stronger a bit further down. It'll go down into the ocean.
なんでわかるのよ。
Pretty obvious in my opinion. Look at how the waves out there are cresting.
それがどうし。
Just as I predicted, a gust of wind blew the rocket out toward the ocean as we looked on. Yep. No. Hey, wait! It started running right toward the ocean. Don't do it! You won't catch it! She kept running. Maybe she didn't hear me. The water was already up to her waist, but she only looked up at the sky. Stop! You can't swim! I ran after her into the ocean. Her hands caught the rocket, and a second later she disappeared under the waves. I jumped into the water. I slugged my arms around her from behind as she struggled underwater. I used all my strength to pull her up to the surface. Are you okay? She only nodded meekly. She had almost drowned. I couldn't blame her, but she'd never let go of a rocket, even moments from death. I was impressed. Wouldn't you have made a new one?
そうだけど、機体が回収できないと誘導制御が狂った原因を調べられないわ。
You would have died if you'd been here alone, you know.
ごめん。
I'm not mad at you.
あ、
I'm just impressed that rockets are so amazing to you that go so far.
正直、今のはただのバカね。冷静じゃなかったわ。でも、
She looked up at the sky with calm determination in her eyes. You know, maybe she wasn't even looking at the sky. She might have been looking at outer space.
私はあそこまで死んでもロケットを打ち上げたい。
You guys ever heard that famous JFK speech he gave where he was talking about taking people to the moon? Saying that, you know, they want to land a man on the moon not because it's easy, but because it's hard. It's a really amazing and motivational speech. Really good. You can find it on YouTube. I highly recommend you watch it. It's really good.
死んでもロケットを打ち上げるわ。
Upon seeing her declare that, I felt envious of her conviction.
さてと、打ち上げもしたし、このままじゃ風邪ひくから帰るわ。
Sure, take care.
バイバイ。
Aw, that's cute. He walked away from the rocks. He came running back shortly after. Did you forget anything?
お礼言い忘れてたわ。
Aw.
ありがとね。助けてくれて。
Oh, I didn't expect her to show gratitude. Oh, no problem. Just make sure you learn how to swim before jumping in again.
耳が痛いわ。じゃあね。
This time, he was gone. Now, this game actually won awards.
じゃあ、お兄ちゃん、
I
もう
believe it
来て。
came out in 2014, at least the Japanese version, I'm pretty sure. At least I'm thinking it won awards like in 2014 for like best scenario or best story or something, which is actually pretty cool. So this game is probably going to be something special.
ねえ、お兄ちゃんってば、起きてって。あ、お父さん、お兄ちゃんが起きなくて。
Good morning, Father. I looked around the room. Dad wasn't around.
おはよう、お兄ちゃん。
She has a little rocket toy clip. Oh my god, that is oh my, I want one. Where's Dad?
もう仕事行ったよ。朝早いもん。
Oh, I just realized those are fishing poles and like a surfboard. That's cool. That makes sense, but didn't I hear the word Dad in my sleep? My mind was sleepy and slow. Eventually, I reached the obvious answer. That's a horrible way to wake someone
ど
up.
ういたしまして。早く着替えて学校行くよ。
No apology.
はいはい。待ってるから急いでね。
I was alone again in my room as I put on my school uniform. I thought about her. Maybe she was getting tired of having to deal with me. What was her name? Did we even catch her name?
じゃあ行こっか。
We called her Melissa, but that wasn't her name. I know it said it, I just can't remember what it was. Wait, we haven't had
お
breakfast.
兄ちゃん、今何時かな。
I don't know, I haven't heard the alarm yet. I looked towards the clock on the wall. We had to leave immediately or we'd be late. Why didn't the alarm wake me?
充電が切れてるんじゃない？
Oh, no way. I got my cell phone to
だ
check.
って昨日、お父さんからの連絡もなかったんでしょ？
You'd make a great detective. I hit a bunch of buttons. The screen of my cell phone stayed
じゃあ
black.
お兄ちゃんを助手にしてあげるね。昼休みまでに焼きそばパンよろしく。
I won't run errands for you. We left the house, happily exchanging our bobbed comments. It was still quite early, but the sun was already bright and glaring. Hot days were the norm on Amanoshima, but that didn't make them feel any better. Hey Yui, do you have lessons starting today?
そんなわけないじゃん。入学者説明会？
Did we have that last year?
知らないけど、お兄ちゃんが忘れたかサボったかのどっちかだと思うよ。
An awfully limited selection of theories for someone who doesn't know. Man, I don't really think it's a good idea to have a Q&A session for new students. Supplementary lessons and makeup tests on the same day. What if the students get a really bad vibe from the school and start off on the wrong foot? Makeup tests should be abolished. Nobody should ever repeat a year. I launched into a tirade, clearly overcome by anger, when Yui said,
あ、お兄ちゃん、ほのかから連絡あった？
My sister had artfully changed the topic. From Hanukkah? Oh? Well, my phone had no juice for a day or longer at that point.
そうなんだ。
We don't believe in phone
久
chargers.
しぶりにお兄ちゃんに会えるって楽しみにしてたよ。
Alright, well, it's been a long time, yeah? He's still a huge prankster.
お兄ちゃん、ほのかと全然会ってなかったの？
Not since graduation, no.
そう。連絡は？
Nope, nothing came up when I had to text her. Or where I had to text her.
でも、昔はよく二人で釣りとか行ってたよね。
Oh, yeah, we were in the angling club together. Somehow we just drifted apart after graduation. No, it happens.
そうなんだ。
What is it?
別に何でもないよ。
She said nothing else, even though it seemed like something was on her mind. Oh, look, there's a rocket! We arrived at Amanoshima Academy. It's a nice building. Starting this spring, Yui would be a freshman and I would move up to second year. Or so was the plan. Hopefully I would. With any luck, I will. When we arrived on the school grounds, we were met by a host of clubs trying to recruit new members. They were distributing leaflets. Events were going to begin shortly, but we saw only a handful of new students around. A boy came up to us, having identified us as a potential recruit. He doesn't have a name, just glasses. He has a rocket tie clip too! Does everyone have those? Are those standard issue? The bespectacled boy handed us a recruitment leaflet with a grandiose gesture. I glanced at the leaflet. Had the letters ARC printed prominently on it. What does that mean? Aerospace Engineering Research Club. Okay, easy enough. Oh, I guess I could let the game tell me. Or the story, but that's okay. He was reading the leaflet. Heck no. Well, I saw a rocket launch once. It's pretty nice. You're qualified? I think even if you aren't qualified and you just want to learn more about it, I bet they'll take you. Tori. Yeah, he seems like a main member. He's gonna be like a main story guy. He was trying to recruit me now. I wasn't the type to judge people by the first impression they made, but I really wasn't a fan of how he talked to me. What? Who would try to stop someone and get them to listen by calling out, "You there?" Because he doesn't know our name, you moron. Besides, he was distributing his leaflets to new students. He wouldn't want someone in second year taking them. I might as well be dead for all he's concerned. Oh, god dang it. Keep getting pop-ups to restart my computer for an update. I keep telling to wait an hour, but it has not been an hour. I decided to ignore them and head towards the school building. Bell home? What? You mean me? Spin around on my toes. One should never judge other people by their first impression. What a nice guy. I took the flyer he gave me. I'll think about it. Kunotori. I didn't actually know whether he was a year above me, so being polite was necessary. I mean, it shouldn't matter if the year above you or year below you. Being polite should always be the thing you go to. Well, even if he wasn't the same year as me at that point, it would have been a year above me if I flunked. Strictly speaking, therefore, being polite was no mistake. I had become vaguely depressed. At some point, Yui had accumulated a whole load of leaflets. She was sure taking it easy despite being so short on time. I'm amazed you knew that the ARC thing stood for aerospace something. Oh wow. I was not aware of that. You'd been in the rocket club in middle school, so it was no wonder she knew so much. Mothers always dote on their daughters, and he tolerated her interest in rockets. Perhaps it was a rebound reaction of some kind that he then kept me away from all information related to them. Whenever someone uttered the words rocket and they couldn't be misheard as saying racket, it brought down my dad's fury down on them. That's why I had hardly any idea about rockets, despite their launch being common on Amanoshima. Why do I struggle with that so much? Me being an idiot really wasn't the whole story. They had only accounted for 70% at most. They were a lot more commonplace than I had thought. He's so cute. Why are you so happy? Didn't you make rockets in middle school too? Oh, that sucks. Hearing the words ETPR conjured the scenery of the previous evening for me. I think the ETPR is already pretty cool.
思ったけど、もう見飽きたよ。
Yeah, maybe.
で、お兄ちゃん ETP の打ち上げ見たことあるの？
Out of the corner of my eye, I gave a nondescript answer. I could hardly tell where I saw the launch the day before when I made my getaway to escape studying.
でも、普通のロケットならともかく ETP はロケット部でもないと見られないよね。
Really?
なんか怪しい反応。お兄ちゃん、いつ、どこで、誰と見たの？
Oh, that was ages ago. I don't really remember.
てか、昨日まではロケットの話題にこれっぽっちも反応しなかったよね。
She was way too sharp for her own good. Given the massive difference in our intellect, it was going to take her about 10 minutes to extract the truth from me. 10 minutes she wasn't going to have. School bell rang and all the new students around us had already left.
嘘、やば、お兄ちゃん、先行くね。
All according to Keikaku. Things aren't always decided by your intelligence. Sometimes the genius loses to the idiot. I was enjoying the sweet taste of victory when suddenly I remembered. I still had a makeup test. Oh shit, I'm gonna flunk. I ran for the school building. I ran for the school building immediately. However, I was running past a tree on the way when suddenly a hand held me back by the neckline. I pressed down on my windpipe. It was hard to breathe.
やっぱりエドワードだわ。
I have no idea who you are, but what if I'm not Edward? Because I'm not really. I'm Atoya. I protested in the direction of whoever was behind me.
そんなこと言ったら、私もメリッサじゃないわ。
I didn't know her name. It just said girl. It was the girl I met the day before at the rocks. She was carrying a stack of leaflets to distribute, so I assumed she was already a student. Well, it wasn't so surprising. The island only had so many schools. Why are you hiding here? She was hiding herself in the shade of the
ちょっ
tree.
とね、あっちの方にいた奴らに見つかるとまずいのよ。
She gestured in the direction of my perhaps senior Konotori. What'd you do now?
別に大したことはしてないわ。ちょっとしたかくれんぼよ。あ、隠れ鬼かしらね。
Shouldn't you be trying to hand out those leaflets?
いろいろと事情があるのよ。
Okay, well, good luck.
あ、ね、校舎に入りたいから、あいつらから見えないように壁になってくれない？
Sure. We walked to the school building with me positioned to block Konotori's line of sight.
助かったわ。
This is a nice school. Oh, you're welcome. Buy me coffee one of these days.
いいわよ。にしても偶然よね。同い年ぐらいに見えたから、もしかしたらとは思ったけど。あん
Yeah, I don't remember seeing you before here, though.
たって普通か？
Yeah, you in aerospace?
そうよ。2年の赤
Is she in aerospace? That should be obvious at this point. Okay, Akatsuki Arisa. Hayabusa Atoya, nice to meet ya.
はやぶさ？
Yeah, like the Falcon. Haven't heard that a million fucking times. Why?
探査機みたいな名字だと思って。
Really? Oh yeah, that's right. I never knew. I probably should have clicked on it. Oh well.
それより、あんたって2年？上級生じゃないわよね。
You probably figured that she would have to speak more politely if I was a year above her. Oh, don't worry. I'll start my second year, just like you. Probably.
何よ、多分って。
A long story. I gotta pass my makeup test, or... Oh shit. I'll have to repeat the year.
あ、ちょっと、どうしたのよ。
To my stupid makeup test. Calm down. There was still time, even if the exam was math. It only took a minute to get to my classroom. I ran toward the usual door and slammed it open. A half-naked girl awaited me when I ran into the classroom. She narrowed her eyes and stared at me. I took a step back under her piercing glare. I was about to mumble an apology when she said,
閉めて。
What? Lock the door? Not that I had a problem with locking the door when asked. The idea of closing the door and locking myself in a classroom with a girl was just a little novel. Besides, she was half naked. Who could tell what would happen? My imagination ran wild, but I knew that I couldn't afford any child support. The more you change your approach, the more likely you are to make a mistake. It's the same as with math tests. Right, I had a makeup test. My makeup test was about to start.
いや、
My makeup test. My makeup test can wait. Who gives a shit?
どうかした？
A good question. I had my legs pressed against each other, feet pointing inward, and my hands pressed down on my loins. Yes, I was a chimera, an innocent newborn deer concealing the fangs of a wolf. I was holding my boner, also hiding it. I was hiding it. I managed to nod. I knew it was only a matter of time until she found out what was going on. Had the time come to display the magnificence of my manhood? Well, I wasn't really prepared for that today. Or should I have remained a gentleman, a sad chimera? It was a hard choice.
保健室。
Hard choice, get it? The sick room, I wouldn't have minded, but the nurse was probably not there during the holidays. I wouldn't have minded.
風邪？
Yeah, I guess I have a bit of a... I realized what was happening when I agreed with her. She heard me speak and thought I had a cold, so... You should wear your glasses.
誰？
God damn it, now she knew this was a case of mistaken identity. I really wasn't trying to peek. I actually had a makeup test, so I went to my classroom and happened to walk in while you were changing. That sounded like a lame excuse, even to me. But I mean, it's the truth.
そう。
I was sure that below her emotionless voice boiled anger. I prepared myself for the mother of all slaps.
ごめんなさい。
Ow! That really wasn't so bad. Why did you apologize?
人違いだったから。
Oh, that. Don't worry about it. It was my... I barged in while you were changing and etched your breasts, thighs, and underwear into my memory. Thank you. No, curse my stupid
上
tongue.
の教室。
What?
追試。
Oh, right. The one above. I remember now. I remember that Mr. Toda had actually told me that some club would be using our classroom that day and that the test would be 1-4 up. Thanks. Honestly, I might have funked it otherwise. Yes?
少し。
Yes?
近い。
Too close. The excitement had made me take another step toward the half-naked girl. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I backed up as fast as I could and kept apologizing. I'm really... Ow. Ow. I hit my head on the wall behind me. Ow.
平気？
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm sorry. It's my bad. I should really go. Yeah, but still, I want to argue, but that would have just disturbed her for even longer, so I retreated hastily. Ooh, boy, that could have went a lot worse. I ran up the stairs and toward the classroom. I was supposed to take my test in. When I opened the door, I came face to face with the teacher I'd never seen. Hello?
はやぶさくん？
I thought I'd gotten the classroom wrong again. Wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't be the first time, but apparently not. Yes?
遅刻よ。何してたの？
You know what? I don't think you'd believe me if I told you. I'm sorry, I didn't know the right classroom.
仕方ない子ね。はい。座って。
Okay.
すぐに始めて。
We're gonna start. She gave me the paper for my test. I sat down and wanted to start immediately, but...
ちょっと待って。ごめんね。はやぶさくんは普通科だから私の授業を受けたことなかったよね。
No. I have not.
じゃあ自己紹介からね。
Okay, what's your name? Is your name Amy? You look like an Amy. You wrote her name on the blackboard.
大隅千佐。
That's not Amy. That's about as far from Amy as one could get. Oh, she teaches the aerospace students. That's pretty cool. Good morning, Miss Usumi. What happened to Mr. Toda?
それがね。昨日の夜
Oh God.
急に入院しちゃったらしいのよね。
What's wrong? Is he okay? Did he injure himself?
ストレスで胃潰瘍だって。
Oh, wow.
心当たりある？
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea. Not at all.
先生に20回も追試させる生徒は誰だ？
That guy must be some kind of an idiot. Are you implying?
君のせいだぞ、問題児くん。
Walking problem. That actually hurt me. Hell no. This was going to give birth to all sorts of rumors once the school year began. I should probably go visit him later, at least, you know. I'm sorry for putting you in the hospital, sir.
もう質問はいい？始めるわよ。
Nope. Let's start.
私まで入院させないでね。頑張って。
Not unless I see you 19 more times. I'll do my best. I looked down at the test and wrote my name on the page. Oh god, how do I spell my name? Oh god. Oh god, no. It's all blank. My mind's blank. With a pencil in one hand and an eraser in the other, I began to wrestle with the numbers. Time passed very quickly.
はい、終わり。ちょっと待っててね。
Oh wow, I'm gonna get my disappointment sooner than I thought. She collected my test. Let's not beat around the bush. I mean, it's better than having to wait, you know, like a few days or whatever. I failed the test again. I never even answered half the questions. Serious?
困ったわね。
Man, we should have studied. Miss Asumi finished grading the test and gave me a very quizzical look. She seemed to be pondering whether to have me repeat the year or let me try again.
はやぶさくん、ちょっといい？
Yes? Time for the sentencing. Here we go. What if it turns out we're actually like a fucking genius?
点数がちょっと足りないから、この
You just barely flunked
お待ちし
it.
てあげるわ。
I'll let you pass if you solve this problem. Wait a minute. He said we didn't even answer half the questions. How is that barely flunking? Because assuming we got all the answers right, that's like a 50%. You know, and flunking is like... Well, I mean, I know it's different in Japan, probably, like grading percentages, but like, what's an F, like a 69% lower, or something like that? She wrote a fairly simple equation onto the blackboard. 2 plus 2 equals... Apparently she was trying to get me to pass. This doesn't seem right, though. It's like, I didn't earn it, you know? It's like, I can't... It's a hollow victory. I mean, yeah, it's nice. I guess at this point we'll take anything we can get, but still... What a nice teacher. I went to work on the equation immediately. I filled out about half the blackboard and was almost done. Half the blackboard? What kind of equation was it?
はやぶさくんはいつもそういう解き方？
More or less. Are you saying I'm already wrong? Oh god.
まあ、そのまま続けてみて。
That's not very confident inducing. Okay. I continued solving the equation. 10 minutes later, I'm done. 10 minutes?
戸田先生が胃潰瘍で入院するわけね。
You expect me to grade this mess of an equation? I'm sorry for all the trouble.
ああ、悪い意味じゃないのよ。
I don't mean in a bad way, you know. Entirely. Thanks for trying to at least teach. I mean, I know I got problems.
はい、合格。よく頑張ったわね。
Mr. Simi made a red circle with chalk. Thank you.
どういたしまして。
Mrs. Simi waved and left. Oh, that was nice of her. I had modern Japanese supplementary lessons next. Supplementary lessons are different from makeup tests. You can just stare out the window and get it all over with. It's so boring that I keep yawning. I mean, aren't we supposed to learn stuff? Just before the lessons ended over. Whoa. I saw Akatsuki hanging around outside the school building. She was walking around the trees there. What was she doing? I left the school building after the lessons. She was still loitering around the trees when I arrived there. Akatsuki, what are you doing?
シュン、ちょうどよかったわ。
June? What?
あんたの名字、探査機と間違えるから紛らわしいもの。
Seriously? And Shun is the other reading for that character. Pretty simple. I'm not a complete moron.
悪かったわね。じゃあ、ちょっとひねって。そうね、ファルコン。
Call me Falcon? Okay, that's a badass name. I'm not gonna lie. Hold on, let's think about this a little more.
じゃあアイアンファルコン
That's even better. Although I sound like a freaking transformer. Think more. We're looking for marketing names for jewelry.
キリングファルコン
No. I'd sound like a criminal.
もうそんな面倒なこと言うんだったら
Captain.
ファルコン選んでいいわ
Captain Falcon. Can we get away from the Falcon?
そう言われても
What other predatory bird is there? What about eagle? Any good ideas?
まあね逆転の発想よどうしてすぐに出てこなかったのかしら
I have a bad feeling about this.
それじゃああだ名も決まったことだしちょっと手伝ってくれない宇宙探査機
You are not calling me that. You're bullying.
今さらそんなこと言われても
I didn't say
いや
yes
言わ
either.
なかったじゃない
Yeah, sorry, but I never even got the chance to.
仕方ないわねシュンと宇宙探査機ならどっちがいい
Why just call me by my name? I'm calling you by yours. It's all disrespectful. Shun is less bad, though.
決まりね私もアリサでいいわ
Thank you. Akatsuki would confuse me. Thank you. I couldn't imagine a reason why it would be confusing, but maybe there's also a space probe named Akatsuki. I don't know. Probably. Probably is. Hold on, this was an opportunity. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. The code of Hammurabi was my Bible. What? I don't know what that means. I have an idea for your nickname. You can be Katsuki. Ha! Standing on for my awesomely terrible nicknaming skills.
何ボケーっとしてるのよシュンちょっとこっち来て
She ignored me. Ugh. What is it?
見てロケット木に引っかかっちゃったのよね
I looked up and saw the ETP rocket from the day before among the leaves. Risa, did you launch a rocket here?
そんなわけないじゃない校内は打ち上げ禁止って校則に書いてあるでしょ
I had known, but it made sense that something like that would be in the rules on an island with such a big aerospace community.
ちょっと考え事してたらあそこの窓から落としちゃったのよね
You just dropped it out of a window. Well, you want me to get it for you.
そうね
You're the cat here, not me. The rocket was too far up to reach, and there was no easy way to climb the tree. I'm good at swimming, not at flying.
いいのよ
Why don't we just throw things at
地
it
べたを這いつくばってくれれば
till it falls down? Okay, that's a bad idea, but... You're a sadistic one, aren't you?
細かいわね
Fine, you want to step on my back, huh?
助かるわ
Doesn't look like you'd reach it from there.
あんたを踏み台にしてジャンプするとか
Oh, that felt like a weird way to put it, but I didn't correct her. Can you really jump reliably from someone's back?
役に立たない踏み台だわ
I'm not helping?
じゃあ他にどうするのよ
I could bring you this thing called a ladder.
ダメよそんなの目立つわ
Are you still hiding from
多
them?
分新年度までは続くわ
That sounds like a lot of fun. Whatever. How's your sense of balance?
それなりにあるわ何かいい方法を思い
I went down on my knee directly into the rocket and gestured toward my shoulders. Stand on my shoulders. You should be able to reach it if I stand up, right?
やってみるわ
Arisa took her shoes off, put her hands on the tree in front of us, and stepped onto my shoulders with sure footing.
自分で言い出して立てないなんてことないでしょうね
Just as you wait. Have I told you about how heavy a cooler full of ice cubes and fishes? I've had to help my dad with fishing equipment all my life, and it gave me some impressive muscles. How's it look?
いい感じだわ届きそうよもうちょっと右に行ける
Okay, I'll move, so be careful up there. I warned her before moving
ちょ
us.
っと行き過ぎねもうちょっと左よ
Heave ho!
今度はもうちょっと右
Heave ho!
ちょっと遠くなってるわ
Heave
違う
ho!
わ右に行ってどうするのよ左よ左
I kind of lost orientation by then. I looked up towards the tree to get a sense of where the rocket was. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't have done that. Ah, there it is. Right where you left it. Blue sky, white clouds, white panties, blue fruit. White clouds painted into the canvas of the sky excite our imagination. It is not the same for the white of panties awaiting us between succulent thighs.
どうしたのよ。
Oh, nothing.
じゃあもう少し左ね。
Arisa had given me directions, but I wasn't really listening. White, yes. White, pure white, actually. It's like liquid white. My mind was as white as what I was looking at.
シュン、聞いてる？
Right. White. What a Freudian slip. I meant to say left, but something else escaped my lips entirely.
何の話よ。左よ、左。
Thankfully, she was focused both in her mind and with her eyes on the rocket. Sorry, I bit my tongue.
どんな間違いよ。
I'll move. Heave-ho! I moved, and when Arisa's thighs were to the side, a crease appeared in the white fabric. Here's a picture of miraculous suggestivity, bringing to mind unbidden the mysteries hidden therein. I had to stop it. I mustered up all my remaining clarity of mind and tried to look away. Just then, Arisa
ちょっ
said...
と動くからしっかり支えててね。
Arisa went on her tiptoes on my shoulders and stretched herself out to reach for the rocket. The white fabric creased and rippled her movements and led my mind into the murky depths of steamy imagination. Hey, this is dangerous. On so many levels.
ごめん。もうちょっとだから頑張って。
I had to keep looking at her to hold her steady so she wouldn't fall. On the other hand, I had to look away to retain a semblance of sanity. Truly a choice of mortifying difficulty. In the name of my mind and to protect its promising future, I had to cast sanity aside. Who would have been my prosecutor? Nobody, I yelled unspoken. 2 lives, not 1, rested upon my shoulders.
もうちょっと。せーの。
And then Arisa got a hold of the rocket. Arisa jumped down from my shoulders.
助かったわ。
You know what? Thank you. I should be thanking you. Oh no, I shouldn't have said that.
ねえ。シュン、あんたさっき。
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do that. That wasn't me. You must have been imagining things, crazy girl. How was I gonna talk my way out of this one?
見たでしょ。
I mean, how can I not? You know, it's kind of impossible not to see them. Damn it. Arisa held down her skirt, perhaps subconsciously. I didn't.
ならいいわ。
She believes this. She doesn't believe us. Huh?
何よ。
I was expecting you to grill me about it.
そんなのしないわ。別に下着見られたぐらい大したことない。
Wow, she has like no shame. That's awesome. Really? I should have told me earlier then. I would have taken a better look. I mean, I didn't see them.
そんなわけないでしょ。 やっぱり見たのね。
No? You tricked me!
ふーん。いいのかしら。そんな大きい態度。
I should have let you fall. The situation was bad. If she went to the teachers over this, I would be in deep trouble. And I just passed by the skin of my teeth. Hey, are you thirsty?
全然。
She was milking the situation for all it's worth. Hungry?
まったく。
So, what do you want me to do? I don't understand. I mean, I can't take back what I did.
別にそんないやいやしてもらうことなんて何もないわ。
Oh, that's good. Finally got it. She was just a huge sadist. Please let me do something for you to repay you, because if I don't, it's gonna hang over my head and it's gonna be weird.
仕方ないわね。じゃあちょっとそこまで付き合ってくれる？
Of course, I couldn't say no.
よいしょ。
The door creaked as she opened it. Maybe the hinges were poorly aligned. Whoa. The door led to a large space. I saw a lot of tools and machinery scattered about. It looked like a small-town workshop. In a way, it sort of reminded me of where Hanoka lived. Hanoka's place was a lot more chaotic, though. What is
う
this?
ちの部室
Oh, really? It's huge. How many members do you have?
2人ね。
Two? That's the two? So it's just you and one other. How nice.
そうでもないわ。さすがに2人だけじゃロケットは作れないもの。
Oh, you could if you put your mind to it. Isn't it just about making a bigger version of the ETP rocket?
そうよ。どうやって大きくすると思う？
Well, I mean, your enthusiasm? Risa was staring at me. No?
あんたって本当にバカなこと言うわね。聞いてて飽きないわ。
Oh, sorry. I am pretty dumb. So, what would you have me do?
さっきも言った通り。
She wants us to join the club as punishment. Byakko?
うちの部の名前ね。天の島ロケットクラブ。略して白子。
I couldn't tell how they got Byakko from that. Probably in a similar manner to how she'd gotten to Space Pro from Hayabusa. There was no telling what mental acrobatics were necessary to understand the name.
それでね、新入部員を勧誘しようと思ったんだけど、ちょっと芳しくないのよね。
Why not? If they're taking the aerospace courses, they're probably in love with rockets. I think you'd have people lining up.
それはあるわよ。当たり前じゃない。そのために天の島に引っ越してくる人もいるぐらいなんだから。
So, I mean, what's the problem? Really?
あんたって本当に天の島育ちなわけ？
Well, yeah, born and
チ
raised.
ャキチャキね。
So why are there only two people in Byakko anyway?
弱小だからよ。ロケット部って今は多分20以上あると思うけど、その中
Are
で
you serious? There's that many clubs? Wow, I didn't realize there'd be like a bunch of rocket clubs.
そうじゃなくてもほとんどの生徒は ARC に入部するしね。
Because they won the national competition twice? I mean, they got some clout.
さすがに ARC のことは知ってるのね。
Well, sure, everyone knows the ARC. Since that morning, I would have known 3 days earlier.
それでね、これが本題なんだけど、どうやったら新入部員が入ると思う？
Are you really gonna have me recruit members for you?
そこまでは言わないわよ。ロケットを全然知らない人の意見も聞いてみたかっただけ。
For someone who doesn't like rockets, how would you convince someone to like rockets if they had no interest in rockets or like rocket science or anything like that? How would you do it?
正直まともに考えたら、私でも白子に入部しないもん。
Show them the moon landing and you'd be like, this is how they got there. Boom, there you go. Inspire people. Oh, I'd do it. So you say, sorry, but I'm drawing a total blank here.
じゃあ、あんただったらどう？
What about me?
どういうきっかけで部活に入ろうと思う？
I guess the question is, why would you join that club over another club? What would make me sign up for a club, huh? Well, I tried to rack my inadequate brain. Let's assume that just a vague sense of fun wasn't enough. It'd have to really excite me.
例えば、ロケットってどんなところがワクワクするかしら？
Such as, like, I was really impressed when I saw that launch up close yesterday.
そうね、ロケットの醍醐味だもの。
Yeah, I got goosebumps just from watching. Pretty cool, right?
全然おかしくないわ。私だって最初はそうだったもの。
Really? Did you think, whoa, I can make an even cooler one?
思ったわ。だから作ってるのよ。
That's impressive.
そんなことないわ。
Well, I think it's impressive. There's probably a lot of people who want to do something but never actually get around to it. Pretty hard for them to take that first step, you know?
それはそうね。私も一緒にやろうっていう友達がいなかったら、ロケットを作ってなかったかもしれないわ。
Why don't you try putting people through that kind of experience?
打ち上げを見せるとか？
Yeah, then you grab the people that seem interested and show them. I was supposed to finish my sentence, I realized that there was a great flaw in my idea. Actually, forget about it. That'd only work on people who've never seen a launch up close. And there really wasn't anyone like that on Amanoshima.
そうね。でも、合格よ。
Pass? I didn't understand and could only repeat her words. Risa stared at me again. She looked at me the same way she looked at the stars the day before among the rocks.
ねえ、一緒にロケットを作らない？
He was asking me to join. Are you kidding me? I don't know anything about rockets. I don't even know how to spell rocket. No, I do. I do know how to spell rocket.
知ってるわ。本気よ。
No, she didn't look away and only stared at me, waiting for an answer. Seemed like a terrible idea to me. Also, I mean, I'm an idiot. You know, they stuck me into supplemental lessons through spring holidays. You know, I don't know the math. Even a total layman like me knew that making rockets as an idiot was impossible. But it was like that in October Sky too. Homer, he wasn't good at math, but he said he learned the math because he really wanted to shoot rockets. You know, he wanted to do something more than, you know, what he could at the time. And that's all, you know, that's all this is. That's all humanity achieves, is doing something bigger than yourself, you know, trying to achieve something great, you know, for humankind. Marisa was still staring at me.
アポロ11号って知ってる？
Yes, hang on, let's check that out.
わからないなら。
Yeah, this is humankind's first moon landing. She abruptly asked me a question. Yes, I knew at least this one, no matter how clueless I was otherwise. No, that was the first spaceship that landed on the moon, right? Or at least I thought so.
じゃあ、そのアポロ11号を宇宙まで打ち上げたロケットの名前は？
I have no clue.
サターン5っていう。
Saturn V.
開発したのがベルナー・フォン・ブラウンっていう人なんだけど、どんな人だと思う？
Yeah, I remember that name.
わからないなら、私が教えて。
Developed the A4 for the German army, known to be a Nazi missile scientist, but was later integral to the success of the Apollo program and the first manned moon landing. Well, he made a rocket. He must have been a genius or amazing at studying.
そう思うわよね。でも、フォン・ブラウンは学生時代、数学と物理ができなかったのよ。
Well, just how bad? I mean, is this the kind of thing where bad is anything less than a perfect score? Oh, how I know their type. I didn't do badly on this test. They say, so I got a 95.
違う。
Or I did badly on this
だ
test.
って落第点取ったぐらいなんだから。他の科目も平均以下だったらしいわ。
I didn't stop him. And he still wanted to make rockets, huh?
バカよね。当然、ロケット工学の本に出てくる数式も理解できなかったわ。で、ある日、数学の教師に聞きに行ったの。
And?
君がもしロケットや宇宙のことを知りたいなら、独力でこれらの数式が解けるよう勉強したまえ。って言われたらしいわ。
I guess teachers back then weren't much different.
フォン・ブラウンはロケットを作りたかったから必死で勉強したわけ。それで1年後には教師の代理で授業ができるぐらいになったわ。
Wow. So he was a genius after all.
そうね。でもそれだけじゃないわ。
But maybe it's just learning a hidden talent, you know? Maybe you study something that you're bad at and then you realize that, you know, maybe you can pick it up a little bit better than you thought. What do you mean?
説明が難しいんだけど、
Oh, by all means.
少しややこしい話してもいい？
Sure.
フォン・ブラウンは最初ロケットを開発するために軍でミサイルを開発していたわ。
Hold on, where's the connection?
弾道ミサイルとロケットって爆弾を積んでるか積んでないかぐらいの違いしかないのよね。
Really? The day was full of surprises.
第二次世界大戦前でしょ。平和的にロケットを開発するのにお金を出してくれるところなんてなかったわ。
That's also true.
逆に第二次世界大戦前だったから軍事的なミサイル開発にお金を出してくれるところはあったわけ。
They had the choice of making missiles instead.
そういう質問にフォン・ブラウンは躊躇なくこう答えたらしいわ。私の宇宙への夢は人道的な立場からロケットの研究を中止するにはあまりに強かった。 その頃の私は宇宙旅行の実現に向かって大きく前進できるならば悪魔に心を渡してもよいとさえ思っていたのですって。
I was finally beginning to see where she was going.
まあ正直ミサイルはどうかと思うけどね。でもね、フォン・ブラウンがロケットを打ち上げられたのはそうまでしてロケットを打ち上げたかったからだわ。何が何でもロケットを打ち上げるっていう強い意志と折れない心が彼の一番の才能だったって私は思う。だからね、ど素人だとかバカだとかそんなのは全然関係ないわ。
What an obstinate girl. I'd honestly never met anyone who tried to recruit me in such a long-winded fashion. That said, I was about to be swept away by her enthusiasm.
それにね、フォン・ブラウンがいてその後のロケット開発者たちがいておかげで宇宙は随分と近くなったわ。学生の私たちにも手が届きそうなくらい。
Risa raised her hand toward the ceiling, toward the sky. No, toward space. I didn't know whether I had much of an interest in making rockets, but perhaps precisely because of that, I was immensely envious of her enthusiasm. Sounds pretty good.
じゃあ
Yeah. Can I try it out for... The door creaked open and cut me short.
いた。
Oh. I remembered the girl who had just entered. She was the girl I met in the classroom I wrongly entered. Was she the other member that Arisa talked about?
何のよ。
I guess not. No, it didn't seem like it.
廃部通告。
Oh no! That's not good. Abolition?
白子の現部員は2名。
3 members?
設立要件の3名にも満たず、また今年度の実績も芳しくない。よって宇宙委員会の会議の結果、今回の権限をもって白子の廃部を決定した。速やかに物質を明け渡すように。
Hey, wait! Why are you doing this all of a sudden? I just signed up moments earlier.
いきなりじゃない。いきなりよね。初耳だもの。あなたが逃げ回ってたから。そんなことするわけないじゃない。
Yes, you did. Don't feign ignorance. That's why she was running.
不正はダメ。何が不正よ。仮に私が逃げ回っていたとしても、それがいけないなんて規約あったかしら？ない。そうよね。だったら逃げ回られたら廃部にできない規約を作った宇宙委員会が悪いんじゃないの？
I didn't really understand what was happening, but she was certainly acting like she'd done nothing wrong.
今通告したから。
Can I have a moment? I try to keep her from leaving. So, if Byakko is being abolished, what happens to my membership?
平気。
But I do.
うちに入ればいい。
Join who?
ARC。
The 2 times national champions, huh?
おいで。
She took my hand. It was slightly cool and pleasant.
待ちなさいよ。何？そいつは白子の新入部員よ。ついでに物質も ARC には渡さないわ。もう決定した。廃部通告の理由って現部員が2名で同好会設立要件の3名にも満たないからよね。そう。そいつを入れて白子の部員は3名よ。宇宙委員会の決定は無効だわ。
Well, technically not, because it was already, you know, a thing that happened before I joined. Would the school agree with that logic, though?
3人ならそう。
Seems so. She started to ponder something with no expression.
ARC に入って。
What? Apparently she had decided on trying to recruit me.
あんた何言ってるのよ。ロケット作りたい？
Well, I guess.
白子じゃ無理。
Ooh, that's cold.
ちょっと待ちなさいよ。営業妨害よ。
Clubs aren't business.
本当のこと。 無理かどうかなんてやってみなきゃわからないじゃない。わかる。わからないわ。
I could see sparks fly between the passionate Arisa and the stone-faced girl.
シュン
What?
ARC に入ったらわかってるでしょうね。
No way. Was she going to rat on me? Tell them I was sneaking a peek at her panties? Oh, yeah.
脅迫
Oh, no, not at all. Cat was out of the
そ
bag.
れはダメ。不正じゃないわ。そいつが私の下着を見たから責任取ってもらうだけや。
That is blackmail. Stay quiet.
おかげでお嫁に行けなくなっちゃったわ。
Oh, come on. Stop exaggerating.
そう、私も見られた。
Oh, well, I didn't anticipate this part.
下着
You stay quiet too.
責任取って。
Oh, okay. Come on now. There's only one of me to go around. You gotta be kidding me. So no matter who I helped, the other would rat on me. Teachers would call my dad over, and he'd get mad as hell. Then, when he calmed down somewhat, he'd want to do a big lecture. You know, it always went the same way. He'd cut my allowance, as if there's anything left to cut, drag me onto his stupid fishing boat. Yui would notice and treat me as some sort of vermin. I would come to see the emptiness and despair of life and eventually take it. I didn't want that life.
シュン、あんたね。
No, they were both accidents. Acts of God, even. Trust me.
一日に二度も女の子の下着を見る不可抗力がどこの世界にあるのよ。
A lucky act of God? Holy hell, I could see no way to avoid being painted as a criminal.
仕方ないわね。それなら勝負しましょう。勝負？そう。私が勝ったらシュンは白虎に入部する。あんたが勝ったら ARC に連れて行けばいいわ。どっちが勝っても恨みっこなし。こいつのセクハラも今回は多めに見て職員室に連行したりしないこと。
Arisa, you... Oh, what a beautiful human being she was.
勝負の内容はそうね。お互い
Rocket production.
ロケット製作でどう？
Okay, you know, you guys are definitely gonna lose that, right?
わかった。ETP の組み立て時間か。部品の加工精度、高度を競うってのもあるけど、何がいいかしら。なんでも。そう。じゃあ、ETP の組み立て時間。
Whoever makes one quicker. Oh boy.
早く完成させた方が勝ちね。わかった。
You know, I read somewhere, it was like an interview with an astronaut, and he was like, the scariest part of being in a rocket is that all of this was made by the lowest bidder. You know, and it was like, you know what, now that you think about it, yeah, that is kind of frightening.
余裕ね。まあいいけど。10分後、あんたのその鉄仮面に吠え面をかかせてあげるわ。
10 minutes? We gotta make a rocket in 10 minutes. Risa, you sound like a comic book villain.
うるさいわ。景品は黙ってなさい。
I'm sorry, I'm still a person. I felt extremely objectified. Now I was objectified. Oh, she's got little glasses on now. Ain't that cute? Risa and the art girl face their workspaces.
部品は大小含めて33個よ。
33
ちゃんとある？
parts. It's like Legos, right? I can do that.
ある。じゃあシュン、開始の合図を
Well,
お願
they're
い。
doing that. We're not doing. We're watching. I'm sorry. I'm a prize. I don't have movement. I have to?
当たり前じゃない。そうじゃなきゃフェアじゃないわ。
Well, that was true. Okay, get ready. Go. They both started immediately. Trying to make good on her prediction, Arisa moved her fingers at incredible speed. Perhaps it was already part of muscle memory for her. She didn't even look at the schematics draped out before her and assembled the parts purely from memory. On the other hand, the art girl... I opened my eyes wide in surprise. Her fingers moved deftly and elegantly, performing parallel tasks, as if they possessed their own will. When she moved between different areas of her workspace, everything seemed to have been planned out beforehand. No movement was wasted. Her handling of delicate parts was precise and accurate, and her rocket swiftly approached completion. She was truly a precision machine. 33 parts took form as an ETP rocket before my very eyes. I estimated she would only need seconds to finish. When I looked over at Arisa, she was only about half done. I was certain that the Arc Girl was going to win, and just then, her hands had been moving with robotic precision until a bolt fell from her hands. Instead of immediately picking it up and resuming her work, she stopped. It was obvious she had a problem. While she stood puzzled, Arisa's rocket was nearing completion. Finally, she picked up the bolt and resumed, but she had become slower and her movements had lost some of their clarity. And then, Arisa finished first by a hair.
残念だったわね。こいつは白子がいただいていくわ。ダメ。
Wait, what do you mean, no? That's not how it works.
何よ。今更ごねよっていうの
Yeah, that's been that.
足りない。
She had Arisa's rocket in her
そんな
hands.
はずないわ。イチャモンつける気じゃないでしょうね。
Arisa snatched the rocket from her hands. Uh-oh. She turned around toward her workspace. A small bolt was lying in the corner of her desk. In her haste, she'd forgotten to put it in. And then the rocket explodes and hundreds of millions of dollars go to waste.
いいわ。私の負けよ。早く連れて
So accidents happen. That's a, what was it, the Challenger that blew up? That, like, a tiny piece, like, fell off of it and caused a massive explosion? Crazy. Jeez, go take him and get lost. Thank you for sticking up for me. Hey, you wanted me here.
仕方ないじゃない。負けたんだから。大体あんたが覗きなんてしなきゃ。
Oh my god, it was an accident. Ugh, whatever. I really wasn't on purpose, but Arisa seemed too furious to take a retort. I've noticed a lot of, like, typographical errors, and it's kind of disappointing for such, like, a high-profile release.
それに
I mean, it's not, you know, it's obviously still readable, but it's just kind of disappointing that I'm not even that far in the game, and, oh well. I mean, it's for the better. Why?
あんたが本気でロケットを作りたいなら
Want to make rockets? Arc is the
ARC の方が
place.
いいってこと。
Why? Rockets are the same anywhere you go.
バカね。白子に部員が入らない理由考えてみたら。
Right, you guys haven't made a rocket yet.
予算も設備も技術も全然違うわ。言ってみればすぐにわかるわよ。じゃあね、頑張って。
No, I want to stay here. I like this place. He waved and sat down on a chair, facing away from me. I could see her trembling slightly.
おいで。
The girl took my hand and began to walk away. I didn't move.
うん
Sorry, I'm going with Byakko.
はあ
Are you okay with that, Arisa?
あんた、今更何言ってんの？私は負けたのよ。
That was a dumb bet anyway. You know, I don't think there's a point in me signing up for anything with Byakko.
だから、今ちゃんと説明したじゃない。ARC の方が予算も設備も技術も全然優れてるんだって。
Yeah, but you're more fun. She's like stone cold.
言っとくけどね、ARC になくて白子にあるものなんて本気で一つもないわよ。
You got passion, though. Really? I think there's something that Arc doesn't have.
何？言ってみなさいよ。
Arc doesn't have you.
何バカなこと言ってるのよ。そんなの理由にするなんて本当にバカだわ。
Yeah, I'm pretty dumb. You know, I'm not gonna mince words. But it's just like you said. Even a layman, even a novice can make a rocket. Do you think there'll be someone in Arc to tell me that? I looked at the Arc girl.
多分いない。
See? They'll just tell me I'm stupid and I can't do it. You didn't tell me that. You said I could do it no matter what. I gotta put my mind to it.
だからって。
You put me up to this idea. Warm up to it. Or are you lying to me?
うるさいわね。そういうわけだから勝負に負けておいて悪いんだけど、 こいつ白虎に入るってさ。
そう。でも配分は同じ。
させないわ。どんな手を使ってでも白虎は存続させるから。
また。
She left the room.
大丈夫かしらね。
Why?
あんた、もう忘れたの？先生に言われたらまずいことしたんじゃなかった？
Oh, well. I totally forgotten. Holy shit. I'll be right back.
は？追いかけてどうすんのよ。
I'll think about that when I get there. Wait here.
何？
You see, I'm really sorry for getting the room wrong when you were changing.
そう。
Oh, I really had to phrase it out. Could you please not go to the teachers over this? I had no idea how to phrase it more diplomatically than that.
しない。
Really? So many surprises today. Thank you so much. Can I buy you something to eat or drink?
いい。
Oh, no need to be shy. Think about it. Oh, you don't want me to? Thinking about it, most girls probably wouldn't want to be treated by the guy who saw their panties. Right, she probably dislikes me.
嫌じゃない。
Really? She nodded. I was incredibly relieved. Alright then. See you around. Have fun in your club. She looked at me. Felt like she wanted to say something. But she didn't. That's okay. But then she left without saying another word.
ってことは、別に覗きをしたってわけじゃなかったのね。
I'd returned to the club room and explained how I'd avoided being marched off to the staff room to Arisa. It was a good opportunity to also clear up the misunderstanding about how I'd come to look at the art girl while she was changing. I told you it was an
そ
accident.
んなの、全然信じられなかったもの。
You have an awful lack of trust in your fellow humans.
だって、あんた私の時は不可抗力じゃないわよね。
Of course it was.
どのぐらい？
About half.
半分？
Oh no, I should have thought about it more.
この変態。
No, I was trying to see where the rocket was and looked up, right? Then they were just kind of there.
ちらっと見えちゃって、どうしたのよ。
I saw them and I thought, wow, this is bad. Then what did I do? Been entirely entranced by the movements of the white fabric between her thighs.
何思い出そうとしてるのよ、性犯罪者。
Now you're clearly
そう思
overreacting.
うなら、早く忘れなさいよ。くれぐれも家で思い出して
This is a long ass video. I didn't realize it was gonna be this long. But it's so good. For what?
変なことは変なことよ。変なこと言わせないでよね、バカ。
I have no idea what you're going on about. Why would I think about your panties at home until... I got it. Right. Oh, come on, I never do that.
あっさ、ならいいわ。
Had that been the wrong answer? Boy, that seems weird. Did I make some kind of mistake?
別に私じゃする気にもならないって、そういう意味だったとしても怒ってないわ。人の好みってそれぞれだもの。
You spat out the words that mimic compassion. No, that's not really the point here.
シュンはあれよね。さっきの幼児体験みたいな
No.
好みなのよね。だって着替えを除くぐらいなんだもの。
I said it was an accident. Come on.
そうそう、無意識だったわ。それって深層心理がロリコンってことかしら。
What an intractable conversation. Look, can I explain myself here?
もちろんいいわよ。でも今すぐロリコンだって認めないなら、あんたのあだ名シュンじゃなくてロリシュンにするわ。
That's clever. Don't do that. Good God. Anything but that horrible nickname. I was down to my last resort. I really hadn't wanted to use it. Arisa.
何よ、ロリシュン。
I smiled as if she said nothing. Here I come, fighting fire with fire. Your panties had 2 ribbons. They looked really cute. I was lifted off the ground like a rocket. And with that, that's going to be the end of the video because this video's already gone way too long. But that is a quick look into the absolutely awesome game that is Farther Than the Blue Sky. You can buy it right now at MangaGamer.com. I think it's only on MangaGamer.com. As far as I know, it's not on Steam. but it is uncensored. There is, nudity and sexual content, so know that going in. But I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I really like this. This was a lot of fun. And I will see you all next time, and have a good day. And remember, if you like the video, to like the video and subscribe if you want to see more. Take care, everybody.
No man can fully grasp how far and how fast we have come. But condense, if you will, the 50,000 years of man's recorded history in a time span of but a half a century. Stated in these terms, we know very little about the first 40 years, except at the end of them, advanced man had learned to use the skins of animals to cover them. Then about 10 years ago, under this standard, man emerged from his caves to construct other kinds of shelter. Only 5 years ago, man learned to write and use a cart with wheels. Christianity began less than 2 years ago. The printing press came this year. And then less than 2 months ago, during this whole 50-year span of human history, the steam engine provided a new source of power. Newton explored the meaning of gravity. Last month, electric lights and telephones and automobiles and airplanes became available. Only last week did we develop penicillin and television and nuclear power. And now, if America's new spacecraft succeeds in reaching Venus, we will have literally reached the stars before midnight tonight. This is a breathtaking pace, and such a pace cannot help but create new ills as it dispels old. New ignorance, new problems, new dangers. Surely the opening vistas of space promise high costs and hardships, as well as high reward. So it is not surprising that some would have us stay where we are a little longer, to rest, to wait. But this city of Houston, this state of Texas, this country of the United States was not built by those who waited and rested and wished to look behind them. But why, some say, the moon? Why choose this as our goal? And they may well ask, why climb the highest mountain? Why, 35 years ago, fly the Atlantic? Why does Rice play Texas? We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win, and the others too.